So we're making a Japanese ramen, which was originally a worker's meal but has become influenced with a wheat noodle from America and also become quite a trendy dish known for its nutritious ingredients and lots of elaborate garnishes. But today we've got a relatively straightforward, quick and easy ramen recipe, but with lots of nutrition with vegetables. So this is the setup that you need. A small pan with your 2 eggs. We've got some cold water, some ice to refresh the eggs and stop them from cooking. We've got a bigger pan for the ramen itself. We've got a slotted spoon for our eggs. We've got a grater, a peeler, a small whisk, a knife and a teaspoon. And then we've set out the ingredients ready for preparation. So the first part of the recipe is to look after the eggs. So we've got 2 eggs here into a pan. On with the heat, cover them in cold water. And we're going to bring them quickly to the boil and then cook them for 4 minutes to create an egg which has a set but slightly soft centre. The additional water can go into an ice bowl to stop that cooking process. If you don't have ice, you can just refresh them under the cold water tap. So as soon as this comes to the boil, you're going to take your stopwatch and time it for 4 minutes. In the meantime, we're going to have a look at the remaining ingredients for the recipe. So we've got 3 cloves of garlic and a piece of ginger. Now these garlic cloves are quite big, so I'm going to leave one of those to one side. And I'm going to start to, you can finely chop this or you can grate it. My preference is to grate it. So we've got a medium coarse grater. And we're going to do a very similar thing with the ginger. However, we're just going to take off the skin first of all. So best way to do this actually with fresh ginger is just to use a spoon or a small knife just to peel away the skin. Sometimes we use the skin in recipes. There's a little bit of heat in there. But just for a little bit more refinement, you can remove the skin. So we're multitasking. We're just waiting for the water to come up to the boil, just utilising our time. And we're going to grate the ginger. So the same coarseness as the garlic, okay? If you choose something too fine, you'll find you just juice the ginger. And we just really want to grate it into small pieces rather than juice it. So we can put those back onto our little dish. So the other ingredients include Shiitake mushroom, okay, which has a lovely soft texture. These just need to be sliced into medium slices. We've got spring onion and carrot, also some chilli. Got some spinach here, some baby leaf spinach. If the leaves are quite big, you can just split them down the centre. These ones are fine, and those are going to go right in, into the ramen right at the end. And we've also got some lamb's lettuce as well, which is a lovely delicate leaf, just to add a little bit more colour, interest and nutrition to the dish. So let's have a look at the preparation for the vegetables here. With the chili, you can just very carefully, cutting towards you, just use a sawing action just to remove the cheek of the chili. This way you don't have to get involved with the seeds. Take off the cheeks on all of the sides. Just remove some of the pith, that white part of the chili. Just get rid of those. And then just cut some fine pieces. Once you become more confident, you could do that in a continuous action, a rolling action. When you get down to the board, just push the knife forward just to make sure you cut through the skin. Always working with your knuckles forward just to protect your fingernails. So we're building up all of our prepared vegetables here. And the eggs have just started to boil, so we're going to set our timer to 4 minutes. With the spring onion, we're looking for nice, fine cuts on the angle. Okay, so again, just use the tip of the knife here just to cut attractive shapes. And then with the carrot, we're looking for what's known as julienne strips or matchsticks of carrot. So we're going to start off by peeling it first of all. It's going to turn down the eggs slightly, so it's really important there's a rolling boil on there, but it doesn't want to overflow the pan. So we don't need a great deal of carrot. We're just going to take, as I say, a matchstick length piece. Take a little bit from the bottom. Turn it over, this so that it sits securely. Turn it over, just trim off the edge. And then cut nice fine slices. So once you've cut these slices of the carrot, you can stack them up and then cut in the other direction to create that matchstick. So this is going to add some texture, a little bit of sweetness, and also some colour to the final dish. So it's quite important they're fairly precise. And that's the sound of the eggs. Okay, so the eggs can go straight into the ice water. So the recipe, the main recipe itself is fairly quick. So you're advised really to get everything set up in this way beforehand. So we're going to place the oil in the bottom of the pan. And we're going to start off by cooking the garlic and the ginger. So this will burn quite easily, so you do need to be careful. Just keep it moving. It may stick to the base of your pan. If it does that, you can take it off the heat just until it releases, but we're just looking to take the edge off the garlic and the ginger. Also extract the flavour as well. So just while that's cooking, we'll have a look at the other ingredients. We've got a really nice brown chicken stock here, so lots of flavour in here. This is a fresh one, which you can make, or you can use a good quality supermarket stock. So we've taken the edge off the garlic and the ginger. It has stuck a little bit to the bottom. This is quite normal. Just make sure it's not caramelised too much or burnt. That's going to be absolutely fine. You can add your soy sauce, which is a tablespoon. And we're actually going to reduce this slightly just to enhance that flavour. That won't take long at all. In the meantime, you can combine your water with your stock. So additional water into the stock. You want to be aware of how salty your stock may be. Sometimes, the supermarket brands can be quite salty, so just be mindful of that when you season the dish at the end. And then reducing the soy sauce, you don't want it too dry, okay, by about half or so. In with the chicken stock. And we're going to cook this for a short time just to amalgamate all of those flavours. So we're at the stage now where the chicken stock's infused with that lovely garlic and ginger and come up to the boil and just been simmering gently for about 4 minutes or so. So we're going to add the shiitake mushrooms and just allow those to soften up in the liquor. In the meantime, and I've done one already here, we're just going to peel the egg. So, might seem quite straightforward. If you haven't done this before, just crack the bottom and then a little bit around as well. Just need to be careful because it is slightly soft. But if you peel it from the bottom, it's often easier. Just grab that little bit of membrane underneath the shell and just peel it back. It's often quite a bit easier in water as well if you peel it underwater. So it's really important to stop that cooking process straight away in the ice or by running it under a cold tap until the egg is completely cold. Once your mushrooms have had a couple of minutes to soften, we're going to add the whole wheat noodle. This one here. Straight in. And then it's really just a case of adding some spinach, but then just plating this up. So we're going to check the seasoning. It should be quite well seasoned already with the soy sauce, but it may need a little bit of pepper or a little bit of additional salt. So at this stage, not looking to reduce this too much. Just want to use the liquor just to cook the noodle. Just while we're waiting for the noodles there, we can just halve the egg. You just use a sharp, clean knife, cut straight through. And you can see it's relatively firm, but still a little bit soft on the yolk, which is really pleasant to eat. It's not so runny that it's just flowing. So you just want to encourage your noodles just to open up. Just use a fork or a pair of tongs. So as soon as the noodles have opened out, you just want to test them to see whether they're cooked. They want a slight bite. They're still a little bit too firm actually, so just need a little bit more cooking on there. And then we're going to add the prepared spinach. literally turn the heat off, fold it through, just allow it to wilt slightly, and then it will be time for plating up. So we'll just double check the noodles again. They're very quick to cook. And this time they're fine actually, so they've just got a slight bite to them, but nice and soft as well.